and this is Sian Wilson.
Hello.
And we're here to talk to you about brain injury support, education and awareness. This is, I don't know what number, but we're here
Number
to talk...
six.
Number 6.
Vlog number 6, about what's been happening.
Yeah, lots has actually been happening. I had an appointment yesterday with my speech therapist, and it was the first appointment that I've had for the year with her.
And we are in March.
Yeah, and I saw her last in
2021.
Yeah, I know. October last year, I saw her last. My NDIS funding ran out, so I kind of had to stop for a bit, and it's taken me a bit to get going this year. But I sat down and we went through what's happening so far for the year. And it was really interesting sitting down and she's going, Ange, you've done a lot. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, no wonder I'm so exhausted. Anyway, it was really interesting talking to her yesterday because we were talking about, we had to sit down and we wrote the goal plan for the next 12 months or until, next 12 months. About what I needed to get out of speech therapy and what my goals were going to be. And basically, when it comes to my speaking and aphasia, which is when I forget words, which I've actually got some pretty good coping mechanisms with what I've been doing anyway, because
Can you give us an example of one? A coping mechanism for forgetting words?
Charades, I call it. If we're talking and I forget a
very
word,
true. You do that.
I do. I will sit there and I will describe the word, or what's the word that means, or okay, it sounds like. So that way, whereas I used to just get mad at myself for forgetting it, I'm accepting that that's just going to happen, and I use that technique to help me get to the word that I want. Or my favorite go-to is when I get really confused in speaking, it's I do that a lot. So I've for those that don't know my story, when my accident happened, I was released from hospital within 12 hours. I didn't receive any aftercare or any rehab or anything for 12 months. And it's now been 8 years.
So 2012 was the accident.
Yeah. So, it's 9 years. Wow. So a lot of the time I've actually learnt things along the way and have made my own coping coping mechanisms. So I'm kind of...
There's another one. It's slowing yourself down to give yourself time.
Yeah.
That's like 3 tips already. This could be 3 tips for coping with, and I've forgotten what we're talking about.
Speech, aphasia.
Aphasia,
It's called,
words.
Yeah, that's when you forget the words. So speech therapy, I'm kind of, she's taught me breathing techniques because I do forget to breathe when I'm talking. That's a really bad one. It's kind of like I concentrate on the fact that I have to speak, and when I'm presenting, I'm concentrating on not falling down if I'm walking up and down the stage, so I find that one of the last things I remember to do is breathe.
So that's tip number 4.
Breathe. So we're pretty much right with speaking and aphasia, and like when the slurring comes in and things like that. So we're pretty much right with speaking. But as a speech therapist, she is now going to help me on my reading, writing, and comprehension, because I struggle with writing in that I can't keep up with what the thought is of the word that I want to write. So the two don't work at the same speed. So my handwriting will start out nice and neat, and then within a sentence, it's just chicken scrawl on a page. or I just give up and get flustered and go, no, can't do this, and walk away. The reading, when I struggle with reading, I used to be a mad reader. I would read everything and anything, and like, you know, I one of the Lord of the Rings, not the, like if I use Lord of the Rings as an example, one of those books I could read in a week. So I really enjoyed reading, and I don't do it anymore because I find that keeping up with what's happening in the story, chapter 1 versus chapter 2, let alone chapter 9, I struggle.
Yes.
With remembering things and comprehending things, and so that's where comprehension's coming in. And yeah, so like one of the tips, I was talking to her yesterday actually, and Neil gave me this tip the other weekend.
Neil from Sunny Coast. Hope you're watching.
Hello,
Gorgeous.
Neil. Hi, Spunky. He gave me the tip of when I'm reading a book to listen to it on audio.
Yes,
because
at the same time.
Having it basically flooding the brain with the two modalities means that it may actually like sink in, so your comprehension will kick in that little bit more. And one of the other things that she was saying yesterday was when I'm reading something, to read it aloud.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm reading and I'm saying.
You're speaking, reading, and hearing.
So therefore, I've got more than one modality, and therefore it
so
should
it's like
comprehend.
a bedtime story to yourself, like we used to do for the little ones.
Yeah.
Our kids, yeah.
Yeah.
I still love reading aloud.
Yeah, well, I haven't for ages, so it was really interesting in the fact that
Sorry to interrupt.
No, that's right.
Is she encouraging you to do short stories?
Short stories we're starting with.
So what genre do you like for short stories?
I do like you know, I like crime and I like mystery and I like historical stuff.
Okay, so that's is that
autobiographies.
As available in short stories? Like I know things like rom-coms or
they kind of
sci-fi, or you get a lot of short stories in that.
I'm gonna have to like find some short stories, or as she suggested, like even look at some of the teenage books.
Yes.
Again, aimed at that teenage market, because because they're starting to read, like, you know, like it's basically, you know, grade 8, 9 level maybe. God almighty.
I mean, that's pretty hard actually. Grade 8 and 9 levels are pretty hard.
I know, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, so we're looking at short stories, we're looking at like smaller chapter books. But I just thought it would be interesting in that I'm going to speech therapy, and she's going to, and part of speech therapy is the reading, writing, and comprehension. Yeah. So it's it will be interesting. It'll be really interesting. So it's coming. I will, as I'm going along, I will share more of what I'm doing with her.
Because I really think today we talked about, I mean, I know I said there were 4 tips for aphasia. And can you remember the 4 of them that we talked about?
Slowing down what I'm saying.
That's 1, yeah. That's 2.
Charades.
Charades, that's 3. Number 4.
Can't remember them.
Breathing. So I think that's really, those are great, those 4 tips. And we talked about, with the reading and the comprehension, we talked about reading it aloud. So you're hearing it, you're speaking it, and you're looking at the words at the same time.
Yeah.
So those are really helpful.
And then the tip that Neil gave us, the reading and listening to the audio book at the same time.
Yeah. So I also wanted you to touch on what's happening next week, which is very exciting. Can we talk about it publicly? That you have been selected.
Oh, yeah. God, I'm sorry. I'm having a moment today. I've been selected. I have been selected to be a part of the Emerging Leaders program that
in
is
Queensland,
being run by the Queensland Disability Network. My girlfriend actually, when I was talking to her about it the other day, she said, "So what is that?" And my response to her was, "I don't remember, but it must have sounded interesting or something that I wanted to do because I applied for it."
Yes, we did. So yeah, and there's 23 emerging leaders in Queensland. And what is really, really great about that...
I'm just finding the info so I can tell you about it.
...is when we applied, what they're offering to do for us, in my understanding, and you're going to correct me, is that they're going to provide some skills for you to lead in your area, which is so that you can model and be a role model for more people.
God, who wants me as a role model? That'd be kind of scary.
Within your project. I think it's really, really exciting. So they'll develop your leadership skills further.
So it's building and growing individual, peer and community leadership.
And what is really interesting is it's a disability service.
Yes.
And you want to help those with a disability. I mean, so it's like a double bonus.
It is. It's I'm really looking forward to getting some tools out of it that will help with what we want to do with the peer support of those suffering with brain injury, with carers, with the education part of it. Like we're working on workshops at the moment.
For the allied health and other medical professionals.
I'm really hoping to get some tools out of this that will actually really help with that.
So we have the first face-to-face for the year.
Yes, on Tuesday and Wednesday. It's a 2-day program, and then the dinner on the night. And it was so funny because I had to ring them and say to them, yes, I am coming, but I'll be honest and tell you that by about lunchtime, I'll be done. So anything that said after lunch, I will be there, but nothing will sync. Like nothing's going to actually stay in my head. So I had to ring them, and Sian's coming with me, and I explained to them that she is coming as my support worker and she will be my eyes, ears and memory. And for the next 2 weeks, we will basically sit and go over it again and again and again until I've kind of grasped it, and she'll be able to help me keep it in there. And like once I start
practicing
once I start working with it, and because I'll be working with it continually, it'll stick for a period, and then once I stop working with it, it won't stick.
So that's very, very exciting. I'm just seeing. Oh, you also had something else exciting this week. Have you got time to talk one more?
Yeah.
Synapse.
Yes. Oh my Lord! If I haven't,
can you tell me about? Tell us about what it is, but you go.
Okay, Synapse is a brain injury network, business, charity, not-for-profit. Basically, that's their book. It's amazing.
That's their Bible.
Yeah, bloody amazing.
So if you haven't heard of them.
Yep. They're Australia-wide. Their main office is in Queensland, but they are Australia-wide now. And they're basically like your hub for brain injury. That was Rigby snoring in the background. So they will be able to give you any networks that you need, or if you're having problems with housing, you'd give them a call and they'll help you with it. If you're having problems with NDIS, they'll be able to help you with it. So they're kind of like your central hub, and they'll send you to where and give you details of where you can go to get any assistance and the assistance that they can give you. They are a really great organisation. I have been a fan of Synapse for many, many years. Every year they bring out the Bible, as Sian called it, called The Facts of Brain Injury. And the one that they've released this year, can I tell you, has been the best thing that I have seen in a long, long, long time. So my advice to anybody who has anything to do with the brain injury community is to get onto Synapse, and you can either order a hard copy of this book, or you can call them and download a PDF copy of the book. It is amazing. So anyway, I was...
So you popped in?
Yeah, I was down at West End the other day, so I popped in and ended up speaking with this lady, and I forget her name, I forget how to say it, but
it's okay. We'll add it underneath.
Yeah, but she was really great because she's given me... I was explained to her what we want to do with the project, and she has given me some great information and some great tools, and basically they've given us permission to use any of their information. And
we're going to cut it short.
Yeah.
And finish up and tell you a bit more next time.
Oh, really?
Or you want to carry on?
Okay. Can we carry on? We can carry on. Sorry, we thought we
had to just
take two. Anyway, so they've given me permission to use any of their material, and to basically use their resources, and they will assist us in any which way that they can to help us with this project and move it forward, which is brilliant because it just means we will now be able to approach, and we will now be able to, what's that word I'm looking for? Do you know when you connect? Yeah, we'll be able to connect with so many more other people dealing and living with brain injury and anyone within the community. So I'm really, really excited about that. Like, I was just stoked. So
they've got lots of resources besides this book.
Yeah, they are
on their website,
a wealth of information. They really are. So it's
Synapse. Fun to collaborate with them.
Yeah. Very excited over it. So, and we've been working on the workshop that we will be proposing to a lot of the different service providers within the community. Dominica has been amazing with our social media. My God, that woman just, she's great. Sian's been working her behind off. We're getting there.
Exciting things happening.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're very... Going forward, people. Going forward.
So we'll catch you next week.
Yes. Oh, will we? Because we'll be at the seminar.
Yeah, we'll do a little video outside.
Yeah, we'll do something cute in Newfound Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Find a moment. Okay.
So thank you, everyone. Much appreciated.
And subscribe. Follow along. Any ideas, suggestions, questions, topics you want to hear about, please let us know. Yeah, we need to drive more people to the socials and to the website and to YouTube in particular. So please, subscribe, like, share, all of that. Instagram now, you need to save, comment, and then like. That's how they measure it now. They've changed. They've changed it all again. So, thank you. Okay. Thanks so much. See you next time. Bye. Bye.